Remember your bearing problems from earlier in the semester when we were solving right triangles? Well, the bearings are back. There are two ways that you can be given bearings. One of them is measured from due north in the clockwise direction, and the other one is given two directions, for instance north and east, with the angle measure in between. So you may need to refresh those bearing methods for drawing your pictures. The methods for drawing the pictures are the same, but whereas before we always knew we were going to get a right triangle, now we don't know if it's right or oblique. Of course, in this section, most likely they're going to be oblique, but on the final, you really won't know based on the problem which one you have. So you need to draw your sketch pretty carefully. We have two ranger stations here that are on an east-west line that are 110 miles apart. So if we draw that east-west line, it's going to be horizontal. We'll make it about that long. Sometimes you really have to play with this picture, so don't be afraid to start over and draw again. So I can put A here is going to be my western station at A, and B is going to be my eastern station over here. This is 110 miles between them. So I'm going to take a bearing north 42 degrees east from the western station, which is at A. Anytime you take a bearing, regardless of the type, you need a north-south bearing line. So there's my bearing line. And if I start from the north and go 42 degrees towards the east, then somewhere right in there is going to be my travel line. So I start at the ranger station and the fire is up here somewhere. Now I need to take another bearing at B, at the eastern station. So I need another bearing line. And this time I'm going to start from the north and I'm going to go 15 degrees towards the east. Then I draw my other travel line from Ranger Station B up here to the fire. So these don't have to match up exactly. You can adjust your picture just a little bit, but the fire is up here somewhere at C. Now let's take a look at what we're given. We don't know any of the angles that are inside of our triangle, not fully anyway, but maybe we know enough information so that we can find them. If we took the time to draw our bearing lines, which we should always do, then you probably realize that this makes a 90-degree angle because this line was given as east-west. If 42 degrees of that 90 is outside the triangle, then the other 48 degrees must be inside the triangle. So this angle measure is 48 degrees. Now I don't know anything about side A, which is over here, so that's not really going to help me in my law of sines. The thing that I'm looking for is side B. How far is the fire from the western station? So let me just go ahead and write that in there. I'm looking for B. Now if I look at angle B, I know that 15 of it is right here, but there's another 90 degrees right here. Again, north-south, east-west gives you 90 degrees. If you add those two together, then angle B is 105 degrees. So I have angle B, but I don't have side B. Remember that for the law of sines, you need two pieces of information, an angle and a side, that have the same letter. But now that I have the two interior angles of this triangle, I can find the third interior angle by just finding 180 degrees minus 105 degrees minus 48 degrees. And that should give me angle C up here, which is 27 degrees. And that's an exact measurement because the 15, the 105, the 48, the 42, those are all exact measurements. If you add 48, 105, and 27, you get exactly 180 degrees. So there is no rounding error that I have to worry about there. Now I have two pieces of information with the same letter. I have angle C and I have side C. And I can set up my law of sines. I'm looking for letter B, so I'm going to put that on top of my ratio. B is to sine of angle B, which is 105 degrees. And C, the side, because B is on the top, the side C is going to be on the top, 110 over sine 27. Cross multiply and divide when you put that in your calculator, and it looks like this. Of course, you want to make sure that your calculator is in degree mode. Again, if you just hover over your settings, you'll see that for the calculator page, my angle is in degrees, which means that B, the thing I was solving for, is equal to 234.0 miles. And they'll tell you what to round to. You don't need to worry about significant digits most of the time.